Good morning, everyone. Mm, Got to top off with some coffee. Hey, thank you for joining me for a new series we're starting today. Uh, Let me just tell you how this series come about. I talked to a lot of men from across the country and internationally, and one of the questions I always ask them is, "What's the voice of God telling you to change in your life?" Or what's God telling you to be obedient about? And a lot of them, several of them are telling me this, that, or the other, and I hear a lot of times, I just don't hear the voice of God, or I have trouble hearing the voice of God. So that's what prompted me to bring this series to you guys titled Hearing the Voice of God. Now, this is a devotional series based in the YouVersion Bible app. Uh, you can go look it up. I encourage you to. I went through this devotional, I don't know, about 2 years ago, I think it was. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot out of it. So I wanted to bring it to you guys and do a series of daily drinks just on this devotional. So, day one, we'll get started right off the bat. Um, in order to hear from God, you have to first understand what's keeping you from hearing God. Does that make sense? Um, I tell people all the time, the fact that you're angry is not the problem. We need to find out what made you angry. Okay? Um, the fact that you're tired all the time, why is that? Is it lack of sleep? Is it water deprivation? Is it bad food choices? All of these things can cause tiredness. See what I'm saying? So, with that said, in order for you to hear from God, you have to first understand what's keeping you from hearing from God, right? Now, I want to jump to James chapter 1, verse 21. And in James chapter 1, verse 21, God says, or Paul says, excuse me, sorry, my eye itches. James says this. He says, "Get rid of all filth and evil in your lives and humbly accept the word of God." Or the word God has planted in your hearts, for it is the power to save your souls. Get rid of all filth and evil in your lives. You know, God's probably talking to you. You're just focused on the wrong things. There's three things mentally, not physically, I'm talking mentally, spiritually, that'll keep you from hearing the voice of God. Three things, all right? Number one is pride. Everyone, everyone deals with pride. I can handle this. I can take care of this. I got this. I can do this myself. This is simple. I don't need God to do this. Pride will block out the voice of God quicker than anything else. Get your pride in check. Number two is fear. People are afraid of the voice of God. People are literally afraid because they know, any believer knows that the voice of God is going to comfort you, but it's also going to push you. It's going to challenge you to go to that next level. It's going to make you have faith. And they're afraid of that. They're in their comfort zone. They're kicked back. They're like, this is good. I got the life. But the reality is, they're afraid to take that next step and the challenges it's going to bring. So pride, fear, and bitterness. Bitterness will block out God. Why? Bitterness is made up of grudges that we hold, anger, resentment. All three of these things are from the enemy. They are. Jesus Christ is faith, hope, and love. The enemy is anger, resentment, and grudges. So, if you're holding bitterness, you're listening to the enemy. And if you got that in your mind, that is, you got this constant blah, 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 either side. You got angel demon thing going on, and you can't hear the voice of God because you've got this bitterness blasting in your ear. So keep that in mind as you go into this study of hearing the voice of God. James 1:21, get rid of all filth and evil in your lives. And what? Humbly accept the word God has planted in your hearts, for it has the power to save your soul. That's my daily drink for today. Y'all be blessed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.